Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another awesome episode with me, your host, Rue, at Investing with Rue. If it's your first time, make sure to smash the subscribe button. But today, we are going to be talking about the most exciting, in my opinion, IPOs coming very, very soon. So without any further ado, let's dive into the first one, which is Kraken. If you haven't heard of this company, I'll put it on the screen up here. This is, in my opinion, one of the most exciting IPOs because it happens to be one of the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchanges to this date. They have a user base of over 6 million users, which is obviously pretty considerable when you think about it. And at the time of making this video, they are the fourth biggest exchange when it comes to their exchange score on CoinMarketCap. And their monthly trading volume actually exceeds 1 billion and has done so since the start of the year, which makes them a quite interesting play when you're thinking about cryptocurrencies because you're not actually buying the cryptocurrency themselves. You could be buying their stock instead. It's estimated that their current IPO valuation will be roughly $10 billion, but could be as high as 20 or 25 billion. Now, the next one on my list is actually Lime Scooters. Yes, the scooter company that you've probably all heard of before. And if you live in a city where Lime Scooters are available, you've even probably used their product. Now, of course, with the pandemic, they have lost a lot of revenue, which we're about to see exactly what that will look like for 2021, but they had a huge loss in 2020, which really hurt the company because back then they were valued at around 2.4 billion and now are roughly sitting at a valuation of around 510 million. But personally, if they come in at that valuation, it would be very intriguing for me to look to buy their stock because I totally believe that this stock could be valued much, much higher in the future because of their low cost and overhead. Now that a lot of cities already have these scooter systems implemented into their infrastructure for downtown riding, and many people have likely used their scooters in the past and are much more likely to use them now that they've downloaded their app. So I think that this could be a very, very interesting play if they do come at that $500-600 million valuation at the time of their IPO. Now, the next one on my list is a fan favorite for all of my video game fanatics out there, and that is Epic Games. Now, of course, they are the creators of Fortnite, and they had a pretty heated dispute with companies like Apple very, very recently. But the reason why I'm excited by their IPO is because they're a very forward-looking company, and their CEO isn't scared to stir the pot a little bit. Now, currently, their founder and CEO does own more than 50% of the company, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But when we talk about valuations, their most recent funding round was around 28 billion, but that was back in April of 2021. Now, the next one, I think a lot of you guys that like Elon Musk will find really, really fascinating because Starlink might be coming to the IPO market very, very soon. Not SpaceX, but Starlink, which is their kind of subsidiary company that is launching satellites into low orbit almost every single week to get more and more satellites out there that will provide many, many people with internet access in rural areas. And I'm super excited by this one because not only is the actual company and the project exciting, but the fact that the money that they earn from Starlink will go towards SpaceX and future Mars missions. And if we look to their most recent pre-IPO funding round, that valued the company at around $73 billion. Now, I think this company could be worth much more when the actual IPO comes out. And if it is, I probably would still buy some shares, maybe not right at the IPO, but with the amount of people that will probably use their internet in the future, I think that this company is well worth the valuation. Now, on to the next one on our list, which is Databricks, and this is a cloud-based computing company, deals with processing and transforming massive amounts of data and explores that said data with machine learning models. Databricks is actually already being used by big companies like Amazon, Dell, Shell, and many, many others. And early in 2021, it was valued around $38 billion. Now, again, it has been a year and they've picked up more companies as well. So their valuation might be closer to 40, 50, and maybe even possibly $60 billion at the time of their IPO. I hope that you learned a lot about the upcoming IPOs and also the ones that I'm excited about most. I'm curious to see which ones you're most excited about down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and if you haven't smashed the subscribe button already, make sure to do so. Without any further ado, YouTube thinks that you'll enjoy these two pieces of content as well. Peace out.